So, today I want to get into some manifestation 101. I think that there is a lot out there on the topic, and my hope is to simplify things a little bit. And I want you to have the actual keys to manifestation because it's really not about adding all of these complications. In fact, it really not to say it doesn't take work, and that's just because that you have to change the inside in order to change the outside in your circumstances. But it really has so much to do with self-concept, and it's so much more about removal than it is about addition. So removing limiting belief systems, shedding old layers, cycles, toxicity of any kind when it comes to people, places, and things. And it's that shedding and that removal that changes your identity, which changes your energy, which creates the art of allowing, so that your vortex of manifestations and desires can begin to move in to your grid. So let's go ahead and get into it. My name is Lindsay. Welcome or welcome back, and thank you so much for watching this video. I am a teacher, perpetual student, and full-blown nerd when it comes to self-development, spiritual ascension and development, manifestation, mindset training, subconscious reprogramming, all of that. And I'm so excited about this video, and I promise you that by the end of it, you will feel better about manifestation, more confident. You'll have more tools, new ones, ones you might want to do away with. You're going to have a better understanding of what needs tweaking and maybe why things are not working. So I'm excited. Now, I want to start out with a banger, some Neville Goddard stuff. I think this is a particular disconnect for people, and one that I really want to help to clear up. And it's about maintaining the state of wish fulfillment and living in the end. I think this is a difficult one for people because it's it's a hard thing to get our human minds and hearts around, living in the end and maintaining a state of wish fulfillment when we're really unhappy in our circumstances, right? So it's really about changing the way that we experience negative emotions. And this one has a lot to do with self-belief, self-concept, and basically brainwashing yourself consistently and every day so that you keep choosing the new narrative, right? So I want to give you a personal example of a way to maintain that vibrational state of wish fulfillment and living in the end. So a lot of the times when we are manifesting, and why things don't work is because when we are manifesting, say, a car, and then all of a sudden our car starts to have issues, we just give up and decide that our manifestations aren't working, when really what is happening is that our manifestations are working. It's just that most of the time things have to break down in our current reality in order for things to rebuild and make room for what it is that we actually want. But most of the time, we think that our manifestations and our new reality and our desires and everything should move in comfortably, easily, smoothly, and most of the time that's just not the case. For me personally, I mean, sometimes, especially with the smaller things, because I know how to make manifestation fun for myself on a daily basis. But for the big things, it's really always been more of a breaking down, a tower moment. If you like tarot, things have to get broken down. They start to fall apart, but it's actually meant to be a sign of it moving in, of everything like breaking down to make room, because all of those things hold energy. So it's time for those things to go so that the new energy can move in. So I want to give you, again, a personal example, and I am so grateful that I am making this video at this time, because I think I'm gonna actually really give like a right now, right in this moment, perfect example of how I am maintaining living in the now and a state of wish fulfillment. So I am actively manifesting a new home. I am, just to not overly make it about me, but just a quick personal example. I am incredibly grateful for my home. Okay, I had way too many nights where I slept in my car, so I am deeply grateful for my shelter always. That said, and that is gratitude. I mean, I literally like ferociously practice that every single day, especially because where I'm at right now, currently, I am very uncomfortable where I live. I'm very uncomfortable. It's been really hard. I made a really big move, and while I did that without having any expectations and while trusting the process, I'm really uncomfortable. I struggle with the people that I live around. There's just a lot that goes on that I am really struggling with, truthfully, and I am just so excited to move. And I say that because I know that it's coming. Like, it is my faith, I know it. But that being said, because I am so uncomfortable and that emotion is so strong, and I am spending a lot of nights crying myself to sleep every single night. But again, I'm using it, right? It's a strong emotion. It's something I can use, and I can do it while observing my emotions but not judging them. And that's why I say experience the negative emotions differently. And this is another example. So for instance, I'm actively manifesting a new home, and my current home is starting to have all kinds of issues, and I have a nice home. I'm so grateful for it, and it is nice, and not the kind of home where you typically have constant issues. Like, I actually have lost count at this point of how many times my kitchen has exploded and flooded and just almost taken out all of my furniture and everything. I mean, crazy things are happening. Like, and again, it's not issues that anybody else is dealing with. And while this might be the perfect time to be like, oh my gosh, my manifestations aren't working, what this actually is showing me is that they are working, that everything is breaking down because the universe is wanting to show me that it's here, that it is working, and that I can look at it a different way. And I'm not saying, it's not a little jolting every time it happens, and that's just because I'm a little bit tired and I've just been through a lot in my short time here. But I still, clean it up or deal with it or do whatever I need to do to take care of it without complaint is one key. And the other key is that I actually celebrate it, that I am like, oh my gosh, I know better. I know what this is. Like, I know that this is like part of the language of the universe when it comes to your vortex moving in and manifestations moving in, that is a lot of like drudging up. It's a lot of shedding. It's a lot of removal. It's a lot of breaking down. You know, a lot of the times it's just not that pretty, you know? And so by celebrating these moments and by taking care of whatever you've got to take care of without complaint and knowing better, because now like your self-concept is different, your self-belief is different. It's almost like boycotting your environment, right? Like that's what I feel like I am doing, you know, by like actually seeing all of this as a temporary illusion is all, you know? Like I actually know what my reality is, you know? So by celebrating all of the signs from the universe, all of the breaking down, by being so consistent in my self-belief and my self-concept, it creates this natural energy where I'm basically boycotting my environment. And I can tell with like the more that is breaking down, like it is here, it's here, and that is completely like up to us and within our power. So this is also how affirmations work, right? This is literally like when you get into this mindset, this is how your affirmations work, your subliminals work. This is like how I think even prayer gets supercharged. I mean, everything that we do in order to self-develop and bring in our manifestations, like this is literally how you maintain that state of wish fulfillment and living in the end. So this is just going to be a part one. I felt this part was something that just needed to have its own video, but please come back for part two. That one is going to be just as special. I'm really excited about that one too. I'm going to talk about creating evidence and making it fun, as well as consistency, repetition, and trust, and the art of allowing. And I'm going to kind of put my own spin on it. So definitely come back for that. But I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for working on yourself. You know, the more that we work on ourselves, the more we change the world. And you already are the light. You know, you're not broken. You're perfect. You're just always evolving and always discovering new parts and new desires, and or shedding, or whatever your journey is. It's beautiful, and I'm sending you so much love and light. If you need anything from me, it's all going to be in my about section. Again, I am also an entrepreneur, so there's just some really great resources in my about section if you're interested in passive income, making money online. There's an incredible course there that was life-changing for me personally. There's also a book there if you want to upgrade more spiritually. It has so many light codes in it, it's not even funny. Make sure that you read it more than once, because you get new codes every time you read it. So thank you so much. Again, I'm Lindsay, and I will see you in the next one.